talked about the underlying causes of World War I in the last video, and in this one we want to talk about the assassination of Austro-Hungarian Archduke Franz Ferdinand, who you see in the picture here with his family. This video really tells you the story of a strange particular situation here. And to tell you this story, we might have to go back to a map or two and previously in the show, the slideshow, but that's okay. So let me first give you some background here. Franz Ferdinand is the Archduke of Austria-Hungary, which means he is next in line to Franz Joseph I for becoming the next emperor of Austria-Hungary. And he's got a great story here. His wife, who you see here with him, Sophie, she was a commoner. She was not of royal blood. And so when he married her, it was kind of a scandal. And a lot of people did not approve of it. But they okayed the marriage only with the caveat that the Archduke's children could never take the throne. So they would never be able to become emperor. But that didn't matter. The Archduke, he really loves his wife. And it's a great romantic story. Now, the Archduke and the Austro-Hungarians, the Archduke is a Germanic person, and this is where race is going to come into play here. He's a Germanic person, and since he's the Archduke, he has to go to a lot of different events. Okay, let me go backwards on this map for a second. If you see Austria-Hungary here, right south of Austria-Hungary, you see Montenegro and Albania and Serbia, and those nations are Slavic nations. And the very southern part of Austria-Hungary, remember we said Austria-Hungary is a multi-ethnic nation. Austria-Hungary had taken some land that included a significant amount of Slavic people in it. And this included the city of Sarajevo, okay? The city of Sarajevo. And Sarajevo, you see it right here in this particular graphic. It looks like S-A-R-A-J-E-V-O, but it's pronounced Sarajevo, okay? So in Sarajevo, the Archduke is going to visit this possession of Austria-Hungary that they have just acquired. It's a city now in Austria-Hungary. The Slavs living there don't like it. And the Archduke doesn't know it, but he's been marked for assassination. The assassins who are coming to get him, they are a group of individuals called the Black Hand. And the Black Hand are Slavs. They happen to be from Serbia, but they are Slavic people. And they plan on shooting the Archduke and killing him to let the Austro-Hungarians know that they don't like Slavs being ruled by Germanic people. Okay? So here's the plan. It's June of 1914, June 28th, and the parade route that the Archduke's car was going to take was published in local newspapers. And the reason they do that is the reason that they still do it now. They want people to come out and support your political leaders. So it's not uncommon to do that, which a lot of people obviously now have some qualms with, but that's another story. So you see this road here right by a local river, and you see each of the little numbers on that road represent one of the members of the Black Hand. There are 7 individuals there, and they all plan on taking part in this assassination somehow. They figure that if they space themselves out, that there's a good opportunity that one of them will be able to kill the Archduke. They're equipped with handguns, they have pistols, they have grenades, and they're ready for action. So when the Archduke's car, and his wife is with him, when the Archduke's car goes by, person number 1 here, who I won't even try to pronounce that name, but ultimately this person throws a bomb, kind of a rudimentary grenade, at the Archduke's car. And when he throws this grenade at the car, he gets a little excited. And back then you have to realize that hand grenades, when you pull the pin and you let go of the lever, there's a delay before it explodes. Well, he got excited and threw the grenade too fast. The car's driver sees it, speeds up, and ultimately the explosion doesn't hit the Archduke's car. Now, the car behind it does get hit, and there's a man that's injured and has to go to the hospital, and the Archduke's driver speeds up and drives faster to get to their end location, and all of the other members of the Black Hand just kind of freeze up. And when they freeze up, the Archduke, in his particular car, he gets away. And so they think it's all over. Now, ultimately, only one person hangs around. The rest of the members of the Black Hand go home. But there's one guy, Gavrilo Princip, number 5 there. And Princip decides that, you know what, a failed assassination, I'll go get something to eat. And he stops at a local deli, a little sandwich shop as it's located there with the letter S. And he decides to get something to eat. And the Archduke goes to the local city hall at Sarajevo. He gives the mayor the business. He's like, I come down here and I almost get assassinated. There's a man sick. And he goes to the hospital and visits that man. And on his way out of town, you see the red line showing the route and then the red dash line showing that that was the route that the Archduke's driver was supposed to take. But he makes a wrong turn and the car breaks down right outside the deli where Gavrilo Princip happens to be sitting and eating his sandwich. Well, the car stalls out. Gavrilo Princip sees an opportunity. He takes his pistol, walks outside, and fires 2 shots into the Archduke, and he's going to kill Franz Ferdinand. This picture was taken just a few minutes before. The Archduke and his wife are there, and they're greeting people, and he seems happy at this moment. He's shot twice, once in the throat, and he's gasping for air, and supposedly his last words to his wife, Sophie, were, "Live for the children." Unfortunately, though, Sophie's not going to be able to live for the children because she's wounded by one of the bullets as well. And to make the episode even sadder is the fact that Sophie was pregnant. She was expecting another child. Oh my goodness, we got ourselves a problem. So you have a Slavic terrorist from the Black Hand who kills the Archduke of Austria-Hungary. Now, Gavrilo Princip is apprehended very quickly. Okay? But the Austro-Hungarian Empire, they want some answers, and they are very fired up. They want Serbia to take responsibility for ultimately killing the Archduke, and Serbia wants none of it. They give Serbia a list of demands and ultimatums saying, if you don't do this, if you don't take responsibility and do X, Y, and Z for us, then ultimately we're going to declare war on you. All right, and that's where things are going to get a little bit sketchy. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the next video.